Hello, kings and queens. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers and broadcaster of astrology. If you're looking for your horoscope, you've come to the right place. Click the down bar or the comment section, find your zodiac sign, and click that number next to your zodiac sign. That timestamp will take you directly to the point in the video that is important for you. Hello, kings and queens. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own, her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June called Jilted is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other work, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends in social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. E-Ray Taronic here with your horoscopes for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yes, I'm going to do Sunday today because we had 2 major transits go down on Sunday, so I want to talk about those, so I might as well get right into it. On Sunday the 2nd today, the sun is, Mercury, is in Aquarius. It's a sector that trines your sign, which is about romance, creative endeavors, and children. So that's what it's going to be all about for you. In addition to the fact that friends and social groups will become avenues of generating cash and offering you opportunities, okay? Whether it's opportunities to hang out, opportunities for love, opportunities with children in general. Be careful with your cash because it spends it spends even faster than you got it, especially on Sunday. If you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you're going to feel this initially, this shift into Aquarius. But if not, you'll feel it as the planet moves across your placements. Now, it's going to be in Aquarius up through the 25th, and then it's going to go retrograde into Capricorn. So it's going to already be going retrograde from Aquarius, but it's going to go into Capricorn. Anyway, the point is you're going to be dealing with this for several weeks, what I'm about to talk about here. Okay. So you'll be bringing in, I'd say, sharpening your image, the way you look, the way you come off to people, your soul, your ego will be boosted because of your romantic partner and the partners you bring in, because of your children, because of things that you do creatively, maybe even your creative endeavors, people at a distance from you agreeing with what you think and preach, you pulling in like-minded people near you that agree with your morals and spirituality. So that's going to be wonderful for you, up through the 25th. In addition to that, you're also going to have opportunities and assistance come your way through romantic partners, children, and even neighbors. Well, not neighbors, but creative endeavors and people that you hang out with, siblings. Well, yeah, neighbors too. Neighbors will be communicating opportunities to you, which means you might have some neighbors around you that like you, kind of lust you actually, and they might approach you, try to ask you out, want to do stuff for you, offer you opportunities, just want to communicate with you in general like a creepo. People will want to partner with you creatively and things like that. So you're going to be pulling a lot of people into you. Your placements of Sagittarius and Aries are areas of opportunity and assistance. So you will have that coming into you. You might even have chances for your sibling to say, hey, I watch the kids while you go out, or your sibling hooking you up with somebody, around the neighborhood that they think fits good with you. Stuff like that will be happening. In addition to that, because of Mercury being in Aquarius, you will have some friction though. That's going to be in your area of Scorpio and Taurus, which means in the background, it's going to be money and resources. You're going to be steadily spending, but you steadily need some money. So be mindful of what you're spending. Be mindful of your shared finances. Be mindful of sex and intimacy is an area that you're going to have to put a lot of extra energy into it too. So either there's been strife there, or your romantic partner feels that you guys aren't having enough, a long time, and you're going to have to put some effort in there. You're going to be required to bend those knees. So, because those are the areas that are scoring. So you might as well go ahead and get ready. So yeah, work on spending as well. Like I said, don't try not to overdo it. But that's what it's looking like as far as communication and your skills up through the 25th. Now, the new moon is also today, so for the next couple of weeks, the energies in that area of home and family for you are going to be palpable. You receiving new opportunities and assistance to home and family or a home-based business. Either way, during this time, you can partner with other people. Just choose wisely and don't allow yourself to be manipulated by some of your other partnerships in home and family. Don't allow them to pull you into arguments and things like that, because Libra, Aries square that area of home and family. Cancer directly aspects that area of home and family. You could literally be dealing with Libra, Cancer, Aries, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or rising sign people. So don't let them manipulate you and don't get into any arguments with them. If you have any placements between 9 and 15 degrees of any of those signs, you can definitely expect that to be happening for you. Aries, your area of relationships does have Chiron there, so you do have the ability to heal any clashes that go down. Also within the next couple of weeks, your area of home and family will garner assistance and opportunities in the area of Scorpio and Pisces. So you'll be making money for home and family and resources for home and family. You'll have opportunities to work and be of service to people, to generate money for health resources, and even just money for home and family, period. That being said, since you'll be spending so much money on romantic partners, hanging out, and children, then you need to make sure that you garner those opportunities that are offered to you to make money and generate money for home and family. Some of it will just come in and be assistance, that you don't have to ask for, that's just coming into you. But the other assistance will be something that you might have to work for, or put yourself of service to someone to garner that money or those resources. Now, as far as the blessings for the next several weeks, if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Virgo or Taurus, that's going to be money coming into you, shared finances for home and family, even the passion within your relationship in home and family ramping back up, like the intimacy with you and your lover ramping back up and things like that. So, yeah, that will be definitely going down, and that will be a blessing. So you see where you got to put the work in there, but it actually turns out to be a blessing to you because of the new moon. Those opportunities to have those intimate times with your lover, to make those sacrifices behind the scenes to bring in that closure and that healing that you need, working on your passions to bring in shared finances, and to build up any home-based businesses and things like that. Now let's move along to the 3rd of January. That's when Jupiter is going to square the true node. Okay, Jupiter in Pisces is going to square the true node in Gemini at 1 degree. So if you have placements in Pisces or Gemini between 0 to 4 degrees, this is an opportunity for you to work through a challenge that's surfacing behind the scenes. It could also just don't let the opportunity pass you by, because you have the energy to overcome whatever you have to overcome. You have the effort required. So this will be a great accomplishment if you try to put in the effort, to do whatever this is that has to do with work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others. Put the energy in for health or your daily routines, or be of service to someone, and put out your philosophy, what you think, your education and skills, so you can bring in like-minded people. If it's you having to travel, put the extra energy in. That opportunity is there, and it's lucky for you, so it's going to bring something into you, some type of benefit into you, whether it's got to do with increasing your image, making you look better, or whether it's bringing in some type of money or shared finances. Either way, this is wonderful for you, so do it. If you have those placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Pisces or Gemini. Now, the sun on that day, on Monday, will be at 13 degrees Capricorn. So if you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of, I'd say, Capricorn, or even Cancer or Gemini, this will be great for you, for people that are in the literary industry, for film industry, just, to have success in your endeavors. If you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of that Cancer or Gemini, this is aspecting you, where you could bring in some sort of benefit there. Okay. Now, with the moon in your sector of home and family, that's going to be on your mind. Your transform Pluto is there too. So it's coupling. So you're going to be thinking about your transformation that you're trying to make in home and family, how you're trying to change things around, whether you're trying to move, or whether you're trying to just make a transformation within a home-based business. Whatever it is, it's going to be on your mind, and your instincts as it pertains to long distance travel, education, and skills, what you think and preach, is going to be spot on for you to finagle something. Maybe you finesse your way into something that's at a distance from you, or maybe you finesse somebody that's at a distance from you to you. Maybe it's what you think and preach, whatever you say, your education and skills. Something you say could even break up a fight between people in home and family, or it could just pull whatever you want into you through home and family. If you have placements between 23 and 29 degrees, get your finessing on. On Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees. And this is where you might feel like really going for it, really driven, which is good, because you'll need it to accomplish the hurdles that are going on Tuesday. Tuesday is a day of like push and pull and give and take, and really trying to overcome restrictions and responsibilities, or hurdles or blockages. Okay. If you have placements between 11 and 17 degrees, this is definitely aspecting you on this day. Any placements, really. Now, the moon in Aquarius in your sector of romance, creative endeavors, and children, there's going to be some type of shock that's going to come into you through one of your partnerships. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership, but I mean, I would think so, because it's shared finances. So some type of shared finances. You're going to have to either pay out some money for a lover, a child, or a creative endeavor. Maybe you told the kids you were going to hang out, and now you got to stick to it, your word, and you got to hang out and spend that money. Okay, so either you're spending a lot of money, you're exerting a lot of energy with your lover, or something like that. Maybe Even they say something to you that points something out, like, we don't never sleep together no more. Our passion is gone in our relationship or something like that. And it shocks you like, dang, you know, or maybe they just come directly to you and try to put it to you, you know, something is going to come out of nowhere. Don't fight, you know, be flexible, be compromising. All right. If you got to pay out some money, don't get into an argument. If you find out one of your partners spent some money, try not to fight. Okay. If you got placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus, you might as well be expecting for the melee to go down, or for something to be happening on Tuesday in that, you know, fashion. Now, the moon, once it gets to 12 degrees, it's going to couple with Saturn. So this is where your restrictions and responsibilities with a lover, with a child, or within a creative sphere are going to be on you. Like, you're going to feel them, you know. You maybe even have to work on them. You know, if you've got some blockages with communication with a lover or a child, y'all got into it, or one of your friends when you were hanging out, it's going to be on your mind. You're going to be feeling it like, man, how am I going to make up with this person or get around this blockage, or, you know, some type of restriction is on you. It might even be like you can't get into this social group and hang out with them, and you're trying to figure out, how can I get into this social group, because this is what I need to be. It's going to be on your mind. Okay, if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Aquarius or Saturn. Now, when it gets to around 15 degrees, the moon, there's going to be an opportunity to work through some challenges in communication, whether it's communication with someone in your networks of people. And this is what's going to give you the end too, whether it's a challenge in communication with your neighbor, a sibling, whatever it is, it's going to be your opportunity to work through that on that evening. If you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Sagittarius, okay, just don't allow yourself to be taken for a fool or taken advantage of to get it. Now, on the 15th, on Wednesday, on the 4th, is that the 4th or the 3rd? The 5th. Lord have mercy. On the 5th, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. And this is a day where you kind of want to toe the line, know how far to go. You know, especially if you had to already finagle some stuff to get done the previous day, what you had to get done to get over those hurdles and challenges and communication you were having with a lover, a creative group, or a child, or whatever that was. The next day, you don't want to take it too far. You don't want to push it. You could also have a child acting kind of reckless if they are Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign people. So you might want to watch out for them as well if they have placements between 12 and 18 degrees, or even if you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of any of those signs. Just be mindful of being reckless or overdoing it, and be mindful of your children doing the same, because you don't want them getting into any trouble. On that same day, that area where you have children, that area of romance, creative endeavors, and children is squaring your area of shared finances. So I really think it's going to be either you're having to put a lot of energy into passion with your lover, like because you guys, they're complaining about not getting enough nookie or something like that, or you having to pay out some money for a lover, a child, or in a creative sphere, like a group of friends, and you are not necessarily happy about it. But don't get into any arguments or fights. But it looks like you might have to pay out. Either you trying to gain some money, some shared finances, you maybe even you're working with a child or a partner or something to make some money. If it's not making some money, it's you having to pay out some for an old bill or something popping up or something like that, But anyway, if you have placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus, expect that bill from the past to be popping up, or some type of challenge there with intimacy, sex, or something like that. Okay, so let's see. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Libra. Now this shot down there. Do I want to take this? I think I want to take it, but I'm just going to leave it to the side. It came out together. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. I might have to pause this so I'm not shuffling. No, that's too many. I don't want that. But it does look like you contemplate something about some generational wealth, though. Let's pause this. Okay. Here goes some money and some luxury. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about. Let's get clarification as to this luxury, this money. You're confused about something. Maybe what to work hard on. Maybe this public recognition you're trying to pull in, and your passions. You're trying to figure out what to work hard on, what to put effort into, who to put effort into. You got the Six of Swords upside down. You might be carrying some baggage and can't move on from something. You might be dealing with stagnation or depletion, or a lack of focus. Maybe you're confused. You're going to lose out on valuable opportunities to make money if you don't make some decisions. But it looks like you're not trusting your intuition. And that's why you are not moving forward, because you got the Moon card upside down. And when the Moon card is upside down, it tells me that you're not honoring your intuition. You're not listening to what your feelings are telling you. And then you going and you might be dependent on other people to give you answers, which is dangerous. Don't do that. Listen to what you think. What is your intuition telling you to work on? Okay? I see there's some type of fights or conflicts or issues. Be careful of wanting to win at all costs. Okay? Battling with people and wanting to win at all costs. You need to make some type of decision. Okay? Maybe there was, either there's a truce within a relationship, within a creative relationship or a love relationship, where there was some type of heartbreak or sorrow, maybe even some type of conflict between 3 or more people. The Hanged Man is upside down. Why are you not moving forward? What is going on? I see that you can't honor your intuition, which you need to work on that. So you need to meditate more so that you can honor your intuition. You also need to ask your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides to send you messages, okay, and look for angel numbers. But you got the Hanged Man upside down. So, with the Hanged Man upside down, I want to count that as you moving forward. But it could be just you causing your own immobility with moving forward. Yeah, maybe you feel like you need to contemplate more. Yeah, you just taking your time, Libra. You taking your time with something and not moving forward with something because you feel like you need to strategize a little better. And that's what the cards are calling for. That's what you're doing, especially if you're working on some type of teamwork or partnership or collaboration with 3 or more people. Okay? Yeah, you want whatever you work on to bring in the generational wealth that you're looking for, the money you're looking for. That's kind of what's aspecting you this week. Is there any other messages you want to give from this deck? The Wheel of Fortune wanted to come out. The Six of Wands wanted to come out. So that does mean public recognition is aspecting you. Is within your energies. Some type of clarity is going to come into you. Some type of either win, victory, or clarity. Yes, the World card, positive events, things changing, the Chariot. You are going to drive things forward. So you're going to get some type of clarity this week, and you are going to drive things forward eventually. Thank God. That's what I was looking for to see. Let's look at your cards as to what Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, what you'll be experiencing. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance, truth, and clarity. Let's see here. I'm going to get these cards mixed up. Okay, the first one says, plans that work out perfectly. Amazing ideas that lead to rewards, commendations, gratitude for the blessings of life. The good that you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. If you are borrowing or repaying a debt, make sure that you are having that equal balance, give and take, and you're not giving more out of proportion to what you're receiving, okay? Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. A firm, compassionate leader. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let's see. Let's see the other. Okay, so, you got that again. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. Okay, be a firm but compassionate leader. The good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, and repaying a debt. So you're getting some money. There is a better choice, not seeing things clearly. You're running away from the truth of the matter in some area, and you're, you know what it is. Don't run away from the truth. Listen to your intuition. Let's get one card from the Angel Oracle deck. One message of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign people. Any messages of truth and clarity that you feel Libra missed out on that would be important for them to know for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Oh, okay. All right. So we got rewards that come from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, public recognition. I said something about that too. Taking the next steps, bold and ambitious choices, partnering with others who share your dreams, expanding your plans, continue to move forward. Ooh, this is wonderful. I like those messages. God bless you, Libra. I'll see you Thursday. Bye now. Hello, kings and queens. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own, her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June called Jilted. Is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other work, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends and social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer, and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. E-Ray Taronic here with your astrology for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to go over Sunday too because there were two important transits that happened that I want to briefly go over, even though the printed version is on my Facebook page at E-Ray Taronic, author E-Ray Taronic. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, Mercury is going to enter Aquarius. Well, it did enter Aquarius today at 0 degree. People with placements between 0 to 3 degrees, they felt it today. You're going to feel this now. Okay, other people with later degrees, they won't feel it until later. But Mercury will be here through the 25th of this month. So I want to talk to you about what you're going to be experiencing, not only if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees and you're feeling it now, or whether you're feeling it later on. Now, this is where friends and social groups become avenues of generating cash and offering you opportunities. Just beware of spending because cash can be spent very fast, especially on Sunday. Now, with this happening for this next 23 days, what you're going to be experiencing is in your area of long distance travel, education and skills, what you think and preach, your morals, your spirituality, people at a distance from you. That's what the communication is going to be all about. Okay. The blessings that you're going to have coming in during these several weeks is going to be coming in through your sector of image, identity, ego, first impressions. And your blessings are coming there. So it's making you look better. Your romantic partners are making you look better. Your children are making you look better. Your creative endeavors are making you look better. Not only that, what you say, what you think and preach, your education and skills is making you look so good that it's pulling people in at a distance from you, whether it's lovers, people that want to partner with you creatively. You speaking your truth, traveling with your children, your lover, that's making you look better to even them, and that's a blessing to you. You'll also have assistance and opportunities coming through your areas of Aries and Sagittarius. So your partnerships are going to be showing up for you. Your friends and your social groups are going to help you to expand your reach. They're going to open up their avenues of their channels to you. They're going to open up their resources for you so that you can expand your reach. Through them. Now, the friction is just going to be in Taurus and Scorpio. So people at work and, are going to be talking crap about you during your health, driving back and forth. You might get into some unhealthy things. So you might want to watch that. Watching out for your health if you're traveling long distances too. Be careful. Maybe people don't agree with what you say, what you think and preach, your morals and spirituality. So they're gossiping about you at work. People behind the scenes talking crap, behind your back. That's just, it is what it is. You know what it is. People do that. It's just unfortunate. Just make sure you're not the one doing that. But it's definitely aspecting you where behind the scenes people are revealing your secrets. People are misstating something you said and saying it a different way around. So you just want to be mindful of all of that happening. So watch what you say this week. Make sure you speak clearly and you're clear and concise when you say something, okay? Now, the new moon is also today, and for the next 2 weeks, the energies are going to be radiating. They'll be palpable, especially if you have placements in your chart between 9 and 15 degrees, because those are the angles it's aspecting, it's affecting most. Okay, this is about you garnering new jobs, garnering shared finances, endings, new beginnings that you want, working on things you're passionate about, the sex and intimacy in your relationship ramping up and you having to put a lot more energy there, for those blessings to come into you, to home and family, to feel that intimacy. Okay. Virgo and Taurus are areas of blessings. If you have those placements between 9 and 15 degrees in those signs, you could see yourself working behind the scenes or pulling in money behind the scenes, shared finances, or working on things you're passionate about and making those sacrifices. Sex and intimacy getting better behind the scenes with you and home and family, or you and your significant other. Intimacy being better in home and family. Because of this new moon here, you'll have opportunities and assistance through Pisces and Scorpio. So that means work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others is going to be an avenue that opens up for you to garner shared finances, for you to work for people on things that you're passionate about and make shared finances, for you to have the endings and new beginnings you want in health or even with small pets. All of this is aspecting you garnering jobs to new jobs, or you working on whatever it is you master in creating shared finances or garnering shared finances. Okay. You'll also have, of course, with all of the opportunities and the blessings, you're going to have friction. You're going to have to work really hard on generating shared finances. as far as the goals you're trying to accomplish, because you're going to be spending a lot of money on lovers, children, going out and having fun, and friends. And you might find that sometimes you don't have all the money that you want to go and do what you want to do, but you're going to be putting a lot of energy into generating those finances, okay? And you're going to be putting a lot of energy into creating those endings and new beginnings you want with romantic partners, with children, and with friends, okay? You're going to be putting a lot of energy into having that sex and intimacy the way you want it with your lover. Okay, all of that is aspecting you, because that is an area that squares that area that causes friction. Okay, now on Monday, Jupiter in Pisces. Just make sure you're not allowing any of your relationships to manipulate you. That's important under this new moon. None of your friends or your relationships, lovers, or anything, especially manipulating you over money. Watch out for that. Now on Monday, the 3rd, Jupiter is in Pisces at 1 degree, and so is the true node in Gemini. So if you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees, a lucky opportunity is going to come through to help you through some type of challenges that you've been having, because those areas normally clash each other, you and your career. So whatever challenges you've been having there, some lucky opportunity is going to come to you where you can put some extra energy in and gain some type of benefit where it makes you look better. It soothes your ego as well. You know, your soul, your first impressions, your, I mean, just your appearance too, how you look. You could be working on how you look. Now, on that day, it's a general day on Monday of success, especially in books and film and things like that. If that's your profession, if that's how you garner shared finances, that's a day of success. If you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Capricorn, I'd say Aquarius, Pisces, or even Scorpio, this is where you could see some type of success coming in with work, with what you do. Okay. Now, the transformation that you've been trying to make in shared finances is going to be on your mind. Even if it's the transformation you've been trying to make with endings and new beginnings with your passions or sex and intimacy, that's going to be heavy on your mind around 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And your instincts are going to kick right in. If you have placements between 23 and 29 degrees of Capricorn or Gemini, this is great, because your instincts will kick in as to what you should do, how you should behave, how you should react to something in shared finances with sex and intimacy, and it's going to be spot on. You're going to finesse somebody out of something. You're either going to finagle your way out of an argument, or you're going to finesse your way into some shared finances or into some intimacy, some sexy time, you know, to have the endings and new beginnings you want. Now on Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees. So you might feel like going for it. You might feel really driven, which is great, because you're going to need it, because that's a day that hurdles can come about, especially if you have placements in Capricorn between 11 and 17 degrees. But this is a day of hurdles for all of us. But there's also an opportunity to overcome those hurdles. And this is a good day to put in that effort. You'll have that drive to do so. The moon in Aquarius is going to square Uranus and Taurus. That's where there's going to be a sudden shock to something. And okay, for you, this clash, if you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Aquarius and Taurus, you might hear a secret out the blue that surprises you, that shocks you. You might hear about somebody said something that you said that you didn't say, and they lied on you, and it's going to shock you, and it's going to piss you off. It might cause you to want to fight or get into an argument, like they said, what about me? Because it makes you look bad. It hampers your worth in some type of way behind the scenes, and you're going to be upset about it. Don't argue, don't fight. That's going to make things worse, okay? But just be expecting some sort of sudden clash or surprise. And it has to do with what you think and preach, your education and skills, your morals or spirituality. Maybe somebody said you did something, misstated something you said, told a secret. Something is going on there. And you just be expecting that, okay? Now, 4 hours later, once it gets to 12 degrees, the moon in Aquarius, you're going to be really thinking about what you said. or what they said you said, or you're going to be thinking about the restrictions that are placed on you because of what you said, because of what you think and preach, because of your education and skills, because your morals and spirituality. And you're going to be thinking, how can I get out of this blockage, this restriction, this out of this responsibility, or away from what they said about me? How can I work around it? Not until 10 hours later from that first encounter, from that shock when you heard it, is when you'll have this opening. The moon in Aquarius at 15 degrees is going to sextile Mars and Sagittarius at 15 degrees. So if you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Sagittarius, you'll have an opportunity through a relationship to clear yourself, to speak your truth, to say what you got to say. You know, to utilize that education and skills, what you think and preach, morals and spirituality, or you'll be traveling with a partner. You know, maybe you'll that's the restriction. You can't get to somebody, and then you finally get to them that night. Okay, that could be the challenge too, a blockage in getting to somebody. But if you have those placements between those degrees, you'll have that opportunity to work through that. Okay, speak your truth. Okay. Hopefully the cards will give us more about that situation. Now on Wednesday, just don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of either. But on Wednesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. This is where you want to toe the line. This is about your shared finances. Don't go overboard overspending. Sex and intimacy. Don't go overboard. Don't do something you wouldn't do, you know, or that you're not supposed to do. Education and skills, endings and not education and skills, but the endings and new beginnings you want. You just got to really watch out for going too far. If it's some kids around you, if it's a Cancer, Libra, Aries, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, they could be acting up and acting reckless too. So you want to put them in check as well. Watch out for them. That's for placements between 12 and 18 degrees. Now, at that same time, the moon in Aquarius at 28 degrees is going to square Ceres and Taurus. So you're going to be putting a lot of energy because you're trying to nurture something in the background. So you're making a sacrifice in some way and working on something. You're working in your solitude, or you're working on fixing whatever this secret or whatever this somebody said was in the past, where somebody messed something up, where somebody messed your worth up in some way. Now you're working on your education and skills, what you think and preach, and you're trying to get out of that. You're talking your way out of this issue, whatever this is. Okay. Yeah, you're putting a lot of energy into that if you have any placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus. I'm glad I don't have those placements, but if you do have those placements, you're working your way out of something there. You're trying to anyway. Yeah, hopefully you're not getting into an argument with somebody again about what they said, you know. Let's see what angels, ancestors, and spirit guides have for us. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Gemini as to what they will be dealing with this week. Okay, you got the cards just flying out. What is this? Okay, hermit mode. You're going from hermit mode to moving forward with something, or maybe you're going within to seek how to move forward with something that has to do with your, oh, wow. This has to do with your money being funny. This is either, because it's got the 9 of Pentacles upside down. That's either a loss of money, money worries, dire straits because of some type of money, money issues. It could also be you fighting with somebody over money, money wars, money setbacks, arguments about finances. You could see yourself having arguments about finances too. This week. Let's see what else. Who are you arguing? Oh, wow. One of your partnerships. Okay, so you're going to, where you've been arguing about finances, you're going to have some type of truce this week. You're going to move forward. Either you're moving away from this good partnership, or you and this partner are planning to move forward. Okay. Yeah, through strategizing and delegating. Maybe you're lost and stuck up in your head and lost in your thoughts a lot, but you're going to figure to move forward, whether this is a business relationship or a relationship at home and family. It's looking like it might be a business relationship though. You're looking to expand. Maybe you're lost in your thoughts in your head and thinking about how to expand, which makes sense. especially with the Mercury in Aquarius. Yeah, you'll be expanding anyway because Mercury, Aquarius trines your sign. So you will expand either way. Don't get into a state of feeling hopeless, like you won't expand, because you might be feeling like that. You might be feeling hopeless as to a situation. If you let yourself feel hopeless as to a situation, then yeah, see, the Magician card is upside down. What is going on? If you're feeling hopeless, you can't be feeling hopeless as to a situation. If you feel hopeless, that's going to add to it. You know, energy is real. Then you got the Temperance card coming out, so you need to be patient. You got the Magician card out here, but you got it upside down, so you're not working in your craft. Some type of poor planning is going on. You're not planning things right, or there's some type of manipulation or trickery in the mix with someone you're communicating with one of your relationships. Either you are manipulating and being tricky, or someone else is. And that's what's making it hard to move forward. With that manipulation and trickery, that's what's making it hard to have peace restored. You're carrying baggage and you're not able to move on because you're enforcing your own delay. Okay. You're dealing with some type of stagnation. You got to keep going. You got to push forward because you'll lose what you've worked for. Even if you're dealing with trickery and people's manipulation and things like that. You know, you're going to have somebody coming towards you with some good communication, probably a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign person. They might be a little extra, you know, they're coming in with sunny disposition, with good communication. It might be a Leo because the Sun card just came out. They have an overwhelming feeling of emotion for you. Maybe they're giving you some news that gives you an overwhelming feeling of emotion, but you still kind of like I want to feel good about it and stuff like that, but I don't want to just trust you right off. You need to take some time to contemplate, because this good communication that's coming in that could bring you some type of happiness or stability will maybe take for you to walk away from something else. Okay, where you already got 8 cups full. So you want to be, you know, mindful of that. Let's look and see if we got any other messages as to what's going on here, okay? What you're dealing with this week. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance, truth, and clarity. Take everyone's input into consideration, Gemini. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, though. There's no need to rush, okay? This is about unity. You got to do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. You might be getting into a spiritually minded community, a new community. Make sure you protect the fruits of your labor because there could be possible challenges that lie ahead. If you're signing contracts, make sure that you're reading them first, reading the fine print. Make sure you're getting your copyrights before you send stuff out, or your patents, or whatever it is that you got to get, you know, for inventions. Listen to your heart, because you'll have intuitive insights that you can trust. You might also be taking care of other people too much in avoiding your deeper needs. Don't do that. Trust there is a reason for everything that happens. You're going to need to remove yourself from the negative emotions of others because they could be affecting you. Focus on don't focus on the things that worry you or frighten you, okay? And be more assertive when it comes to something you know that's right, okay? There's a good person or a company to work for that is aspecting you as well. Remember that you have what it takes if you believe in yourself. There's some situation that you believe you're powerless in, but you're not. There's a lack of confidence that's keeping you from getting what you want to get. Okay. Let's see any messages from the angels that they want to give us, that they feel that you may have, I may have overlooked, you know, I may have overlooked that might be important for you to see right now. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Gemini. Enthusiastic, optimistic, and creative, even impatient. You want to watch it and make sure you're patient. We had that patient card come out before. Be patient. News of exciting opportunities are coming. Just allow your creativity to soar. Do things that fuel your passions. Finish what you start. Finish what you start. Don't do half project here, half project there. Finish what you start. If it's not something you could finish right then, make sure you have the intentions to finish it before you just go jumping onto something else. Okay. And work on things that you're passionate about, because your passions will bring you more luck if you work on them. God bless you. And I'll see you on Thursday. Bye now. Hello, kings and queens. Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own, her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June called Jilted is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other work, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends in social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer, and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. Taronic here with your horoscope for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Typically, I have the Sunday astrology in written format on my Facebook page only, but we have two important transits that went down today, or that go down today. So I want to talk about those as well. So on January 2nd, on Sunday, Mercury enters Aquarius, your sign, okay? Not only are you a focus, you know, your soul's purpose, your identity, your ego, friends and social groups also become avenues of you generating cash, and they offer you opportunity. Just be careful of spending the cash today on Sunday because it spends really quick, okay? Also, if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees of any of the signs that I named, you're going to feel this right off rip. But if not, you'll feel it eventually as Mercury moves through Aquarius, you know, up through on the 25th of this month. It's going to be retrograde back into Capricorn. So it's going to be, you know, in Aquarius for quite some time. So let me tell you about what you're going to be experiencing if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees now, and even later if you don't. As far as the blessings coming into you, those are going to be to you and your romantic partner, you and your children, you being able to hang out with them, travel with them, you pulling in lovers at a distance from you, and people who agree with what you think and preach, like-minded people, people who want to partner with you creatively. You'll be pulling all of those in. You'll also be traveling as well, and having a really good time, with your children or your romantic partner. If you have any placements between 0 and 3 degrees, well, I'll just say, because I already talked about that. So for your Sagittarius and your Aries placements, that's where you'll receive opportunities and assistance. So your friends and your social groups will be helping you to expand. Your networks of people will be helping you to expand. Siblings will be helping you to expand. They'll be communicating assistance to you and opportunities. Siblings, friends, and people in your networks of people, also neighbors. In addition to that, they will be helping you to accomplish goals. Now, as far as the friction that could show up in communication, you could have some arguments with people in home and family, people in career as well. You could have some tiffs within some of your partnerships. So that's just, that's going to happen. So you just have to kind of watch out for those. Your areas of Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo are your areas of, where you could see tiffs or friction. Okay. Now, let's move along to January the 2nd. Well, move along to the new moon. I'm sorry. We're still on January the 2nd. The new moon in Capricorn is in your area of secret, sacrifice, solitude, closure. Okay, your 12th house. This is about career opportunities for you to work behind the scenes, make sacrifices, and bring in closure and healing for yourself. Hearing beneficial secrets. You'll also hear some secrets that are not so beneficial. You might hear, where people have been gossiping about you or talking about you. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated by anyone. Consider the source it's coming from. Don't allow yourself to get your crown knocked off your head or act up. Choose your partnerships and the jobs you take on wisely, because they're going to clash with some other things you have going on, mainly your partnerships, So let's talk about that for the next 2 weeks, because this new moon energy is palpable. Because it's in your area of secret, sacrifice, solitude, closure, which is Capricorn, it's going to trine your areas of Virgo and Taurus. So the blessings that come through are going to be behind the scenes through shared finances, coming into home and family, your passions heating up within home and family, things you're passionate about, bringing in blessings to you, sex and intimacy being better within home and family. Let's see, creating the endings and new beginnings you want, especially if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Now, if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Pisces and Scorpio, this is going to bring in opportunities to you to utilize whatever it is you master, utilize your skills to bring in some type of money. You might even get a job offer behind the scenes. Of course, you'll have to make a sacrifice for it. But if you take this opportunity, it'll bring healing into your area of money and resources. Okay. So see if you have placements in Scorpio or Pisces between that 9 and 15 degrees, because if you do, that's what's coming for you. Now, as far as the friction for the next couple of weeks with your opportunities, you're going to watch out behind the scenes telling people things, because what you say can get out. And people will be gossiping about you. People will be lying about you. People will be digging, In addition to that, there will also be people repeating what you say. Okay, I think I went over that. So you just want to be very mindful, because it directly aspects work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others, which is your area of Cancer. So if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees, most likely there's people at work gossiping about you, or you're going to hear some gossip about somebody at work, or both. If you have them in Libra between 9 and 15 degrees, it's going to be someone at a distance from you gossiping about you, and they're misstating what you said, or they're disagreeing with what you think or preach. Okay, one of your partnerships that are at a distance from you. Then you got this other one. Chiron is there, so healing is there. So I wouldn't really worry about the neighbors that are gossiping about you, or the shocking news you hear about a neighbor, or what they did or said, or a sibling or someone in your networks of people. You also might have a sibling gossiping about you too. But there's healing there. So you might be healing from those things. But those other areas you want to watch out for. Don't fall into the squares, the gossip. Put energy into working on your education and skills, what you think and preach and stuff in that area of Libra, as opposed to focusing on the gossip so you get the benefit out of it instead of getting the harshness of the angle. Okay, work on healing communication with your sibling, with people in your networks of people, with your co-worker, with a neighbor, somebody you need to heal communication with. Get into that as opposed to gossiping about them, and that'll bring you the goodness from the angle instead of the the bad energies from the angle. I was going to say the maleficence, but that's not a word. Anyway, Cancer is your area of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others. Instead of gossiping with people about people at work, or gossiping about, somebody at work, put in the effort there and work behind the scenes. Make those sacrifices to do what you need to do to generate some type of shared finances, as opposed to delving into gossip, and you'll get the benefit from that new moon energies, okay? All right, now let's get into move along from there. On January the 3rd, Jupiter will square the true node in Gemini at 1 degree. So there's a lucky opportunity to work through some type of challenges behind the scenes that could surface if you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Pisces and Gemini. But don't let it pass you by. You have the energy to get through this and the effort that required to accomplish your goal. And it would be an amazing accomplishment if you go for it. It has to do with romance, creative endeavors, and children, and where it's squaring money and resources. Maybe you're trying to make some money for that. Maybe it's an opportunity to make some money back from something that you lost, already. But there's some type of money or resources that you can garner in that area if you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Pisces or Gemini. Now, the sun will be in Capricorn at 13 degrees. So if you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Capricorn, I'd even say of Libra if you put the work in, or Scorpio, or yeah, I'd say those areas. If you have any placements in Capricorn, Scorpio, or Libra, if you put the work in, it would be a great day for you if you're in books or education, for your education. If you're in books or film or anything like that, and you're, putting in the work, you can get some real benefits. Some type of lucky assistance or opportunity can come your way. Okay. Yeah, and good communication can come your way if if you have those placements in Aquarius too. But anyway, let's move along. Also on Monday, the moon in Capricorn will couple with Pluto at 26 degrees around 1 p.m. So this is where your transformation is on the mind, as far as secret, sacrifice, solitude, closure. If you're trying to transform from a secret you've been hiding and you're trying to not be that person anymore, if you're trying to transform from some type of closure you're trying to gain in a relationship, if you're trying to make your sacrifices bring benefit, you're going to be thinking about all of that on Monday around 1 p.m. and something is going to click in your instincts to where you're going to move in the right way or communicate in the right way with a romantic partner, a child, or someone within a creative sphere. It could even be friends, but you could talk your way out of an argument or a fight, or you're just going to finesse your way over or out of something, maybe even into something valuable, okay, through behind the scenes. All right, if you have placements between 23 and 29 degrees of Capricorn, this is aspecting you. Maybe even you're finagling some healing, coming in where somebody wants to fight, you talk them out of it. That could be aspecting for you. Moving along. Oh man, I hope you heard all of that. Okay. Where I was talking about you, finagling your way out of something, and your instincts with a romantic partner, a child, or within a creative sphere or creative endeavor being spot on. You could even talk people out of fights or arguments, or just slip your way out of anything or into something that is a blessing for you as it pertains to the sacrifices you've been making or the closure you're trying to attain. Now on Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees, and you might feel like you're just really going for it. You might feel really driven to go for what you want to go for, and you're going to need it to accomplish the hurdles you have to overcome on this day. because on Tuesday, for all of us, it's kind of a push-pull day, give and take, compromise, be flexible kind of day. If you have placements between 11 and 17 degrees of Capricorn, this is definitely aspecting you. If you have placements between 11 and 17 degrees, period, this is aspecting you. Now, first of all, the moon in Aquarius is going to square, and where you might feel like going for it is something behind the scenes. You're driven to bring something in behind the scenes, to bring in this closure, to bring in this healing, to make these sacrifices be something beneficial for you, to bring in some type of whatever it is, whether it's money you're trying to bring in, share finances, intimacy, whatever it is, you're going to be working on it. Now, the moon in Aquarius in your sign is going to square Uranus and Taurus. So a quick shock is going to come to you in home and family. It's either going to be a clash, like an argument with somebody, or maybe somebody says something about you that's shocking to you. Like, they're like, you're selfish. You do this and you do that. Or you always doing this. And it's just going to take you aback. Like, dang, is that how I come off? To people. If you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus, that shock could definitely be coming to you. Don't do it. Don't fight. Don't argue. Resist the urge and try to listen to what they're saying and figure out if it has any validity to it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the moon in Aquarius, like 4 hours later, the moon in Aquarius at 12 degrees, which is in your sign, is going to couple with Saturn. So you're going to be feeling these restrictions and responsibilities placed on you. You're going to feel these blockages placed on you because of your image or identity, because of who you are, because of who somebody said, oh, you are like this and you're like that. You're going to be feeling kind of like that, like either like that, or you're going to be resentful because they said you feel like that. One or the other. Okay, don't be a tyrant. Calm down, chill out, relax. Okay, like I said, put yourself in their shoes, then put yourself back in your shoes and see it from both perspectives, because what they're saying might have some validity to it. Okay, do you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees in your chart? Especially if they're between 9 and 15 degrees of Scorpio, Leo, or Taurus, because this is definitely aspecting you. Now, when the moon gets to 15 degrees, it's going to sextile Saturn in Aquarius. It's going to sextile Mars in Aquarius. I'm sorry. So if you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Saturn, this is going to be some type of opportunity to work through a challenge, or some assistance working through a challenge. Or you're putting a lot of energy into this friend group or this social group, or whatever this is that's going on. An opportunity, maybe this is even an opportunity to accomplish a goal with friends, to get in with a social group, or it's an opportunity to overcome an argument or something you had with a friend, or make yourself look better. Like if you heard somebody thought you were like this and like that, this is your opportunity to overcome that challenge and be like, no, this is who I really am. Let me show you what my real philosophy is, what I'm all about, my education and skills, blase splee. Okay, you'll have that opportunity. Just don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of or taken for a fool. Now on Wednesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. This is where you want to toe the line. Know how far is too far. If you're don't go too far with anything. You also could have a child who's acting kind of reckless, especially if they're a Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign person. You want to be very, very mindful of keeping an eye on them and making sure you're not taking things too far behind the scenes too, especially with what you say. Gossiping, or what you say, the secrets you reveal. You could say something and slip up and say the wrong thing, and it bites you. So be very mindful on Wednesday of what you say, because that's your area of secret, sacrifice, solitude. So that's you hearing a secret or you telling something. Okay, and somebody could switch it around or anything. So be mindful of that. If you have placements between, I'd say, 12 and 18 degrees of any of those signs I named, or just period in your chart, especially Capricorn. But also on Wednesday, the moon in Aquarius at 28 degrees is going to square Ceres in Taurus. So this is where you're being asked to put in the work to accomplish a goal. This could also be you spending money to hang out with friends, or you giving money to a friend, or a friend saying you owe them a debt. a fight or an argument over money. More particularly, this could be about home and family for you is more so what it looks like. Yeah, this looks like home and family more than a friend. You know, from my perspective for you. You've been trying to nurture some type of relationship or something going on in home and family, and you're putting the energy in there to garner some type of resource. Either that, you know, for home and family, or you're arguing with somebody, one of your relationships at home and family. And, you know, don't argue. That's all I can say about that. You know, that's just going to hold you back even more. Let's see what messages angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and divine have for you. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for my Aquarius people. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for you guys. I don't want the recording to be too long, so I might pause it. All right, what's going on here, Aquarius? You got some stuff going on. You had some celebrations at home and family that's turning into conflicts. And now progress has been halted. Something is being held back. It could either be boredom, laziness, inaction, dishonesty. It could be a schemer trying to get some of your investments. So be aware of who you get advice from for your investments, what you're investing in, who you're trusting. You also could be celebrating so much that you're procrastinating. You're procrastinating and making some type of decision about a relationship, maybe who to invest in or whether to invest in it, especially if you got into a fight at a party over the holiday relationship over the holidays, got into an argument with someone in home and family. Now there's some type of either dishonesty in the mix where you don't trust people, they talking behind your back, or there's, something is not moving forward, and maybe you thinking about what you have invested in that relationship, or if this is not where to invest, it's what you have invested in something. And what's weird to me is you have all of these upside down wands. You got delays, lack of foresight, misconceptions, or maybe you seeing something in the wrong way, some type of misunderstandings between people, maybe even at home and family. Avoid direct confrontations, because not only is that upside down, but you got yourself in the Eight of Swords, and it's like a self-imposed restriction, or you going through some type of self-blame for recent events, and it's not allowing you to move forward. It's draining your confidence, maybe even your confidence in home and family, or your confidence in your stability with someone at home and family. You also have the Four of Pentacles upside down, and that talks about greed or materialism. You might feel undervalued or left out of success as well because of this strife or argument or whatever this is that went down, or this disagreement between people. Now you're feeling kind of left out from something. So, well, I mean, you gotta let me see. Let me ask Spirit for advice, because I don't want to give you my advice. I mean, I want to give you my advice, but I'd rather ask Spirit for advice, because they know, wow, you got emotional stability twice. You real lost up in your thoughts and real about this. You're really distant and lost in your thoughts about this, and quiet, contemplative, and kind of walking around kind of trying to emotionally fighting yourself emotionally. You trying to figure out, you need to make sure you're taking care of your deeper needs. Okay, whether you can't be trusted within a partnership, or whether somebody feel like they can't trust you, or there's some type of hurt within a partnership, you feel like somebody lied on you, or told on you, or told one of your secrets, or stabbed you in the back. Yep, somebody might have stabbed you in the back within a group of 3 or more people, and somebody said something that you didn't want them to say, or told something you don't want them to say. You need to take care of your deeper needs and stay out of these conflicts, Aquarius, whatever this situation is. I'm not even going to ask no more, because it's throwing you for, a loop with, back and forthness of what to do. You're going to have to decide. Let's see. opposing opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. You got overly ambitious people around you, and you are at odds with other people around you. Maybe their ambitions are not the same as yours. Everybody is not the same. Delays are over, sudden or unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. You just need a push to get going. That's all. Wishes come true. Dreams fulfilled. A magical time of life. This is awesome for you. This is awesome. Let me see what they give us for your... Okay. Manage your resources wisely. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help those out who are less fortunate. So if you're helping those out who are less fortunate, make sure there's a balance and give and take. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. If you see where you had that decision card too about what to invest in, or whether to invest in something, or how to invest in something, make a decision. Confusion arises over analyzing. Don't overanalyze. Okay, there is a better choice. You're not seeing things clearly, and you also could be running away from the truth as well. Okay, be very mindful of that. You could also get a windfall of money. You could come up. Someone this week could be an unexpected supporter of your cause. Your leadership skills could also be required. And let's get one card from the Angel Oracle deck to see if there's anything Spirit left out, or anything we left out that Spirit wants us to know, that he feels is important for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign people to know. Wow. Okay. Enthusiastic, optimistic, and creative. Impatient, though. You might want to watch being impatient. News of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar. Do things that fuel your passions, and make sure you finish what you start. There is too much going on. You might have stress caused by positive opportunities or unexpected events or rapid changes. You'll also have the ability to multitask, though. Okay? And I see business and travel in the cards. God bless you, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye now. Hello, kings and queens. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month, actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own. Her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June, called Jilted, is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other work, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends in social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer, and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. E-Ray Taronic here with your astrology and tarot for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, Sunday, I typically only do on my Facebook page in writing and in printed format. But there are two major transits happening on Sunday, so I want to talk about those. So let's just get into it, okay? Now, the first one is Mercury moving into Aquarius. This is where friends, social groups become avenues of generating cash, getting new jobs. Just be careful, because as fast as you make the money, you'll spend it even faster, okay? Especially on Sunday. Now, if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees in your chart, you're going to feel these energies immediately. But if not, you'll feel it as Mercury moves through Aquarius. It's going to be in Aquarius until the 25th. That's when it's going to, go retrograde out of Aquarius and go into another sector. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, I want to talk to you about what you're going to experience if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees now, or even if you're going to experience it later because you're after the 3-degree mark. Let me tell you what you're going to be experiencing for communication and skills. It's all going to be about your career and whatever it is you master. You're going to bring blessings in during this time in your areas of Gemini and Libra. Those are going to be jobs. Those are going to be avenues for you to work for people, be of service to others, bring in resources for health, bring in money through jobs. Like if you get your 90 days on the job and now you got your health resources, or, some type of money coming your way for a job, for you expressing your mastery and skills. In your areas of Aries and Sagittarius, you're going to have opportunities and assistance come in up through the 25th. And that's going to be you working behind the scenes, garnering some type of closure, some type of healing, in career, by you working and generating shared finances, by you working on things you're passionate about. Even you working on your passions and as far as intimacy, getting better at it, you'll be working on that as well. Now, as far as the friction you got coming in, that's coming in from your areas of Taurus and Scorpio. So you and some of your relationships that you're dealing with, even Leo directly aspects this area. Those are going to be where your clashes are. Okay, those are going to be where you're going to have, friction and communication and things like that with some of your partnerships you might need to work on. Moving along, the new moon for the next 2 weeks is also radiating. It's all the energies are palpable, especially if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees in your chart. You can feel them now because the new moon is at Capricorn at 12 degrees. So it's really affecting those placements between 9 and 15 degrees, where you're getting chances to get extra jobs, garner extra partnerships, through what you think and preach, through what you say, your education and skills, bringing people in at a distance from you. You can have some conflicts and fights with people as well, and we'll talk about those, especially in your area of Aries and Libra. Even in Cancer, because it directly aspects this area. If you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees in Aries, Libra, or Cancer, you want to watch out for tiffs or arguments. You want to watch out for people gossiping about you gossiping about people and it getting back out to other people and them finding out about it. Friction and communication with your sibling, your neighbors, people in your networks of people, friction with people at work because of something you said, issues driving, getting back and forth to work as far as travel, making sure that you're, you want to watch out for all of those things. Watch out for what you say too, mainly. Because you got a lot of people gossiping about you, misstating what you said, lying about you, all kinds of stuff. Hopefully you're not doing any lying, but this looks like somebody in the background, especially at work, that might be at a distance from you, that you deal with, that is talking a lot of crap. So just be mindful of that. Don't give them any extra to say. Now, as far as your opportunities for the next 2 weeks that are going to come in because of your education and skills, what you think and preach, your morals, your spirituality, things like that, it's going to be in Pisces and Scorpio. So your relationships are going to show up for you as far as your friends and social groups, and they're going to allow you to expand your reach, but you have to get out there and communicate. They're going to allow you into those social groups to speak your truth and say what you have to say. Okay, especially if you have those placements between 9 and 15 degrees. Now, as far as the blessings, those are going to be coming into you through romance, creative endeavors, and children, pulling in romantic partners at a distance from you, pulling in people that want to hang out with you at a distance from you, pulling in people that want to work with you creatively, you traveling with your lover, you traveling with your children, you even having kids coming back from college to come and visit you. All of this is going to make your image look good. It's going to make you feel better. Your first impressions are going to come off better. And you're pulling in people to you with what you think and preach. So utilize that for the next 2 weeks. Just don't allow yourself to be manipulated by anyone, especially in your areas of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to other people, because you could have other partnerships there attempting to manipulate you. Okay. Now, on the 3rd, Jupiter is in Pisces at 1 degree, as well as the true node in Gemini is at 1 degree. So they're squaring each other, but at least it's Jupiter. So this is bringing you some type of lucky assistance or opportunity where you normally see friction and money with your friends. Normally, maybe you don't have the money to go out with your friends and do what you want to do. Maybe you got to spend money on friends, or you've having arguments with money with friends or something like that. Maybe you're just trying to bring in other social groups and friend groups to you that are of more higher stature, better clientele, things like that. You're going to get the opportunity to do that on the 3rd if you have placements in Pisces or Gemini between 0 or 4 degrees. That opportunity is going to be opened up to you. So put in the effort, take advantage of it, because it's worth it. Even the next day, even on that day, the same day, on Monday, the sun is in Capricorn at 13 degrees. So it's a great day for success in books, film, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish with those social groups in that area. You have assistance and opportunities, especially if you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Capricorn. Okay. Of Pisces too. Heck, as a matter of fact, I'd say of Libra too. Okay, you can see success at work. Now, the transformation is going to be on your mind. You're going to be thinking about that a lot, about transforming that area of what you think and preach, your education and skills, you evolving there. Around 1 p.m. on Monday, that's going to be heavily on your mind at Eastern Standard Time. And your instincts are going to be right on point to get what you want to get in money and resources. Maybe you even finagle or finesse your way out of an argument about money or resources, okay? Maybe there's something, maybe you finesse your way into some money or resources. If you have placements between 23 and 29 degrees of Capricorn or Gemini, you could see yourself doing that on Monday. Now on Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees. So this is a day you might feel like going for it, going for the gusto. You feel driven. You feel like overcoming hurdles. It's very possible to do so on that day. And you'll need that energy because there will be some hurdles on that day, especially if you have placements in Capricorn between 11 and 17 degrees. In fact, a lot of other signs, but let's talk about that, okay? Because several others in particular are important. Now, the moon will square Uranus and Taurus at 10 degrees. So if you have placements in Aquarius or Taurus between 7 and 13 degrees, there's going to be a sudden clash with you and something in career. Either something is illuminated to you in career and it shocks you. Something happens to you in career and it shocks you. Maybe you're having to put a lot of energy into something. Hopefully you're not losing a job, or your worth is not being hampered in some way. You know, maybe you're being knocked down a position, or something is being taken from you, or just try not to fight, because there's something's going on with you in career, and it's going to be sudden. It's a clash. Some of you might get into an argument with somebody. Some of you might be losing your jobs and starting a new one. I hate to say that, but some of you might. If you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Taurus and Aquarius, this is very possible for you to be either getting to an argument or fight, or you could lose a job or a responsibility, you know, that decreases your worth. Now, hopefully that's not what's happening. Hopefully it's just you putting a lot of energy into career and making your image look better. On the better side of things, that's what you could be trying to do, and it could work out for you. You know, I hope. Anyway, let's move along. 4 hours later, the moon in Aquarius at 12 degrees is going to couple with Saturn in Aquarius. So those restrictions on career, you're going to start feeling them. Or those responsibilities placed on you in career, you're going to feel it. So whether it was you losing a job, or whether you getting more stuff put on you, or whether you getting locked out of a certain job, or you not allowed to take it because of certain things on your record, or whatever the case may be, 4 hours later, you're really going to be thinking about that. Like, how can I overcome this blockage? How can I get out of this restriction? How can I get out of these responsibilities? One or the other. If you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Aquarius, this is going to be on your mind. 10 hours later, from where that first shock happened, this is where some opportunity is going to surface. Later on in that evening, if you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Sagittarius, you're going to have some type of opportunity coming into you to career, for you to work around something and garner some type of shared finances, for you to work on something you're passionate about, for you to have the endings and new beginnings you want to, or for you to garner some type of sex and intimacy with someone you want to. One or the other. Okay. It's going to be something like that, but you're having that opportunity to work around something. Maybe this is an opportunity to get your job back, or to get out of that restriction that you were placed in. Maybe you were placed on some sort of a watch or something, or you got in trouble. So they're like, oh no, from now on, if you're driving, you know, the vehicles, you gotta take a test every week or something like that, and maybe you finagle yourself out of it later and prove that you don't deserve to be put on that type of restriction. It could be anything, okay? But that Tuesday is a day of working through some type of restriction or responsibility or blockage, okay? And something suddenly is going to happen that day, where something is going to be placed on you, or expressed to you, or shown about you, okay? On Wednesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. Okay. Make sure you don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of either on Tuesday. But anyway, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. This is where you want to toe the line. Okay. Know how far to take things, know when to pull back, know when to go forward. If you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Cancer, Libra, Aries, or Capricorn, you want to watch out for your kids too. You might have a rebellious child trying to act up. So you want to watch them to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. If this is you, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Don't push it too far as it pertains to what you say. You know, your education and skills, what you think and preach, your morals, your spirituality. Don't go too far with your morals and push it to where you're doing something you're not supposed to do. Don't go too far and say something you're not supposed to say. It's a day of recklessness. Now, the moon in Aquarius at 28 degrees is going to square Ceres and Taurus. The nurturing you've been trying to do to your image, your identity, you're going to have to put a lot of work in there on that day. If you have any placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus, if this isn't you putting in the work there, this is you getting into some type of argument or fight, and it's making you look bad at work. Okay. Or whatever it is you master, career. If you're doing something, your skills or something you master, you could get into something, an argument with something where you're looking bad, or maybe you don't complete something and it paints you in a bad light or something like that. Something is going on there if you have those placements there. So be mindful of putting in the work and that extra energy to get done what you have to get done. Now let's see if Spirit has any messages for you, okay? Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. it looks like you've been going through a lot. Some type of sleepless nights, maybe nightmares, maybe anxiety over your passions. You're hardworking, you're very passionate, or you're dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign person where you're worried about them. If it's not you being that hardworking person and you're going through what you're going through, it's that you're worried about somebody else around you causing you some type of anxiety. But it looks like within this relationship there's going to be a truce, and some type of wish fulfillment is going to come in, or some type of choice is going to be made for you as far as your passions and the hard work you've been putting in. And whatever that choice that's being made, whatever that truth is, it's bringing in some type of wish fulfillment for you this week. Oh, wow. You got a lot of conflicts going on, though. Near, far, around you, conflicts, competition, stuff going on here. Let's see here. Let's get some better cards. You are a master manifester. Someone will be communicating something to you. They might be a little gossipy. Beware of what they're telling you. You know, they might be calling you with positive events about your world changing. Check the facts, because they might just be running their mouth. You know, they're excited. They mean well, but you got to watch out for that, okay? You have to look to the positive, okay? Look to the positive. If you want to move forward, you cannot continue to look at the things that the cups that have spilled over, okay? As far as your security, your abundance, maybe even your money, you know, a creative endeavor, you know, you're trying to plan for the future, but you're too busy looking at what you feel like failed or didn't work, and you need to be more focused on what does work. You're going through some type of rest and reflection or contemplation this week. Some of you, I hate to say, could be getting put on some type of, not laid off, but some type of like leave or suspension. You might be traveling. Fast communication is going to come your way, maybe from someone you don't trust, about a wish fulfillment. Or maybe it's someone who took something from you before. There's somebody from you at a distance from you, maybe even that you don't trust. Okay. Any type of wish fulfillment you want to bring in for a romance or career, it requires more grounding. Okay. Any creative endeavors, it requires grounding. It requires more communication from you. It requires you driving things forward. And it looks like that's, yeah, that's what you need to do. Hopefully that's what you are doing. Just don't be too hasty with spending money. You're moving kind of hastily as it pertains to spending money on things, and you need to be mindful of that. Okay. But where your finances have been kind of wishy-washy, there is going to be some type of truce, some type of moving forward, and it's going to bring justice into you, and it's going to be happier for you and your family when you move beyond, when you either make this choice or you move beyond these conflicts. Just make sure you watch your spending too. Like I said, be mindful of your spending too hastily. You got some emotions that you need to deal with, okay, going forward this week. Make sure you're very mindful of your emotions, repressed or blocked emotions, because that can lead to stagnation. If you're repressing things and you're blocking things, you need to feel things out however you feel, because if you're blocking things, it's going to create stagnation for you. Let's see what messages the Fairy Oracle deck has for you as far as what you're going to be experiencing. If angels, ancestors, and spirit guides want to give us messages as far as what you'll be experiencing. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they occurred. So whatever's going on this week, there's going to be a situation, and you're going to be remembering events kind of skewed. You're not seeing them how they were really seen. You're seeing them in a better or worse light than they are. Okay, take time. Time to take action. Power. The power of creativity and success allows for a luxury of life. Be the empress, okay? Change the way you're looking at the situation and embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause is going to happen in the action. The desire for more, you want a more meaningful life, and you're realizing it's time to move on from certain things and make some major life decisions. but you're going to have to be assertive and not back down from what you believe in. You got to stand up for yourself, okay? And there's something that you're going to have to take immediate action on if you want to successfully manage the situation. And you will have a passionate relationship. The good you do this week will come back to you. They could be an unexpected inflow of money. If it does come in, spend wisely. If you're giving to charity and donating to people or helping others, make sure that you do it in a balanced fashion. Let's see any messages that the angels, ancestors, spirit guides want to give us as far as what they feel is important for you to know. News worth celebrating, joyful announcements like engagements, weddings, pregnancies, or graduations. It's time for gratitude, close communities, or chosen families. The end of a situation will bring relief, sadness, or both. Okay, so you could be relieved and sad at the same time with a situation. Okay, that could have to do with that job situation or that mastery situation we were seeing. Opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction as well. You could have a melodramatic reaction at first, so you want to be mindful of that, or someone having a melodramatic reaction to something ending around you. God bless you. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye now. Hello, kings and queens. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month, actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own, her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June called Jilted. Is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other work, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends in social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer, and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. E-Ray Taronic here with your horoscope for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to go over Sunday too. Typically, I put Sunday on my Facebook page at author E-Ray Taronic in printed format and written format, but I'm going to go over it because there are two major transits that happened today. So let's get into it. Okay. Mercury moves into Aquarius today. Friends and social groups become avenues of generating cash and offering opportunity. Just be careful with the cash because it spins really fast, especially on Sunday. If you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees in your chart, you're going to feel this initially today. If not, you'll feel it eventually as the planet Mercury moves through the nodes. It'll be here until the 25th, so you'll have time for it to get to you. All right. Now, I want to talk to you about what you'll be experiencing, whether you're experiencing it now because you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees, or you're experiencing it later throughout this month. Now, with Mercury there in your sector of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to other people, that's what it's going to be all about. You'll have blessings coming into you and opportunities through your areas of Gemini and Libra to work, to be of service to people, to generate money, to generate resources for health, to buy a new pet, to generate resources for a pet. All of this is aspecting you. If you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you're feeling it now. But if not, it'll get to you. As far as your assistance and opportunities communicated to you, those are through your areas of Sagittarius and your areas of Aries. You'll be generating shared finances for home and family. Money will come in for home and family to help home and family. Health resources will come into home and family. You'll have opportunities to work and be of service to others in home and family and garner shared finances. You know, when people ask you, you know, come on, hey, I need somebody to help me and take me back and forth to the doctors or be my healthcare aide, and you can get paid for it. You can get paid for things like that. Stuff like that can pop up for you. There's healing there, healing your shared finances, endings, new beginnings, and things you're passionate about. So you'll have opportunities to work on those things and garner some type of money for home and family, or at least ramp up the passion in your relationship with your significant other. Okay? Now, as far as the friction, because there's got to be friction, of course, that's going to be in your areas of Scorpio and Taurus, which means you need to be very careful when you're driving back and forth to work, when you're driving anywhere, long distance or short distance. You need to check your car because you're going to have issues with your vehicle. You want to check your travel plans because you're going to have delays with your travel plans. You need to make sure that you have your ID on you, your license, because you don't want to get pulled over and get a ticket because it directly aspects that area of Leo. Share secret, sacrifice, and solitude. So solitude, you could get pulled over at the side of the road and get a ticket. You really just want to watch all of those things. Communications, with arguing with people at work, arguing with people at a distance from you, people misstating what you said, people gossiping about you. All of that is going to be going on during Aquarius season, unfortunately. Even people in your networks of people, you're going to have issues, arguments with people. So it just is what it is. That's aspecting. Now, also on the 2nd, the new moon in Capricorn takes effect. It's going to be palpable. You'll feel the energies for the next 2 weeks. With that in Capricorn at 12 degrees, if you have placements in your chart between 9 and 15 degrees, you're going to feel this the strongest. This is going to be affecting you. This is where you can garner assistance and opportunities to work on things, new jobs. Just choose wisely and don't allow yourself to be manipulated by some of your partnerships over money, especially a romantic partner, a child, or your friends trying to get you to overspend, because it squares that area of Libra and Aries, which is money and resources, and then Aries is shared finances, endings, new beginnings, and things you're passionate about. It directly aspects Cancer in your area of friends, goals, and social groups. So you could find that some of those people, friends, lovers, children, people within a creative sphere, will be trying to manipulate you for your money or your resources, or get a discount, or overspend. Hey, we can go here and spend this money, and just be wary that it squares your money. As far as the opportunities and assistance that's coming to you, that's not bad. That is a benefit. This is going to be your areas of Scorpio and Pisces. So your relationships are going to be communicating with you, even with your networks of people. Some people in your networks of people want to date you. They want to partner with you creatively. They want to hang out with you. You'll be hanging out around the neighborhood with your lover, your significant other. You'll be hanging out with your partnerships. They're really going to show up for you. If you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Pisces and Scorpio. Now, as far as your blessings that are going to come in, if you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees for the next 2 weeks, those are going to be blessings that, those are going to, oh, let me make sure you can hear me. Those are going to be blessings that are going to sharpen your image, okay? Make you look better. Your first impressions are going to look better. You know, you're going to come off to people better. Your ego. You might even change your appearance. And because of this, you're going to be pulling in people, and even because of what you think and preach and what you say, your morals or spirituality, your education, you're going to be pulling in people at a distance from you, whether it's lovers or people who want to partner with you creatively. You'll be traveling with your family. You'll be traveling with your children, your lover, maybe even education and skills, long distance travel. Maybe some of you dropping kids off at college or kids coming home from college. That's all aspecting, okay? For this Capricorn new moon. Now, on the 3rd, on Monday, Jupiter in Pisces is going to square the true node in Gemini. So if you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Pisces or Gemini, this is a lucky opportunity to get through the challenges that you've been facing in career with your relationships. There's going to be some type of lucky opportunity to either break through a challenge with a relationship or garner a relationship that you've been trying to garner in career that's really good for you, you know, that helps your stature, that elevates you in some way. Take that opportunity. It's a day of success in general with the sun in Capricorn at 13 degrees, especially with books and film. If you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of, I'd say, Capricorn, even Taurus or Gemini, you could see success in what you think and preach. Even in Aquarius, if you have placements in Aquarius, you could see success in what you think and preach, your education and skills, especially if it has to do with books or film or anything like that, okay? You're going to be thinking about that transformation that you're trying to make with romance, with children, with creative endeavors. That's going to be heavy on your mind, especially around 1 p.m. on Monday, Eastern Standard Time. And your instincts are going to be so spot on. If you have placements in Capricorn or Gemini between 23 and 29 degrees, your instincts are going to be so spot on in career that you're going to be able to finesse somebody, either a child, someone within a creative endeavor, or a lover. Either you're finessing them out of an argument, like you're getting out of an argument in some kind of way, or you're just basically getting what you want. As far as a romantic partner, you know, you might be finessing somebody to get their number. A creative endeavor, maybe you're trying to get into this creative endeavor, or maybe this has to do with your child. Maybe your instincts get your children to listen to you. Okay. They could be fighting and arguing, and you know, you just got the instincts to overcome that. You're transforming that area of romance, creative endeavors, and children in general, period, because that's where Pluto is. Now, moving along to Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees. And this is where you might feel like going for the gusto. You know, like you'll feel really driven, like overcoming hurdles. And that's good because you'll need it, because that's a day of hurdles and shocks and surprises popping up, okay? So if you have placements between 11 and 17 degrees of Capricorn, use this drive that you've got in your system. The moon in Aquarius is going to square Saturn in, the moon in Aquarius is going to square Uranus and Taurus. So some shock is going to come to you in your area of long distance travel, what you, education and skills, what you think and preach. And it's happening at work, or where you're of service to others. Either you're having to work really hard being of service to someone, or work really hard on your health to get better, and you might get sick all of a sudden. Or somebody says something about you at work, or disagrees with something you said, or misstates something you said, or you get into an argument with somebody at work or something like that. There could even be a tiff during travel. Maybe you're traveling and you might get hurt, or you might get sick, you know, and it hampers your worth in some kind of way. If you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees of Aquarius or Taurus, this is aspecting you. Expect some surprise that's hampering your worth in some type of way. Maybe it happens with someone at a distance from you. Maybe it happens during long distance travel. Maybe it has to do with your morals or spirituality, or somebody says you said something that you didn't. It's on the menu. Now, 4 hours later, it's something's going to be really on your mind about work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others. Either the restrictions you're experiencing there, the blockages you're experiencing there, or the responsibilities that have been placed on you at work are going to be on your mind heavily. 10 hours later, 10 hours after that shock or surprise of whatever you heard at work or whatever happened during travel, or if you got sick or whatever the case may be, the help is not coming in until 10 hours after that. If you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Sagittarius, this is where you have an opportunity to work or be of service to someone, okay? To work through whatever challenges you've been experiencing in home and family. Or maybe even, maybe even you got into an argument with somebody in home and family when you were driving on the road or something like that. And now you getting to talk to them and work through that. Don't let anybody manipulate you, though. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Something is going on in home and family. Maybe you're even having to be of service to someone at home and family. You know, maybe, it could be something as small as, okay, check this out. It could be something as small as you heard one of your relatives that live at a distance from you said you selfish and you don't never help nobody. You rude. You always criticizing people. That's all you do. Blah, blah, blah. You don't ever help. Now, later on that evening, somebody calls you and they're like, hey, so-and-so, can you help me get to work tomorrow because my car broke down, blah, blah, blah. This is your opportunity to help them out and overcome what that person said about you being selfish. You know what I'm saying? So you have some type of opportunity there to work over through some type of challenge or restriction, but just don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of just to prove you're a good person. You know what I'm saying? Now on the next day, on Wednesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 15 degrees. And this is where you want to toe the line. Know how far to go with what you're doing. This is your area of romance, creative endeavors, and children. Now, because it's your area of romance, creative endeavors, and children, I will particularly watch out for my kids, especially if they are Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, or Aries, sun, moon, or rising sign people. Because they could be acting reckless. They could do something they don't have no business doing. They could take something too far. You could as well. Just be mindful of that if you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of any of those signs. Cancer, Libra, Aries, Capricorn. Okay? At the same time on Wednesday, the moon in Aquarius at 28 degrees is going to square Ceres and Taurus retrograde. Well, Ceres is retrograde, not Taurus. But the nurturing you've been trying to do to your education and what you think and preach, your education and skills, the things you've been saying, your morals, your spirituality, you've been working on that. You've been trying to put effort there. Okay. And you might have to put in even more effort there, being of service to someone and utilizing your education and skills, what you think and preach. Maybe this is an old project that you got to go back and work on. Okay. Or something that you got to fix in that area, or argument that you got to fix. It could be any of those things if you have placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Aquarius and Taurus. Okay, so just expect that Wednesday is a day, we're trying to work things out. Let's see what we have in the cards for you. Okay. Oh, the Empress card. I love it. That is wonderful. Now let's see what they're giving us to aspect that. Okay, so it looks like we have an Empress and a King of Wands. So this is a good relationship between two people. It could be a fire sign person and you. Okay. It looks like a woman and children and an honorable king whose presence is respected around. Maybe your kids, your presence is respected and honored. What is going on? Some type of shock is going on. You're either going within to research because of some shocking information you heard, or a shocking judgment that was made. And you're going within to see what's going on, or you're making a judgment on, you're trying to delegate. You're trying to strategize on whether you should stay in a relationship where you've got 8 cups full or whether you should walk away from it. It looks like it's a good relationship, even if it went through some type of turmoil or destruction before, or arguments or upheaval. You need to, whatever you do, you need to plan. You're trying to expand. You're trying to go and expand, but it might be on a level of greed So you might want to be mindful of that, of walking away from something where you got 8 cups full because you want to be greedy, or this is you being obsessed with somebody else in a relationship. You having an obsession with somebody else and you walking away from a relationship you have just because it's gotten hard and you trying to walk to somebody else. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. You might want to be a little more strategic and before you go galloping off into the sunset towards somebody else passionately, okay? Because you could find yourself having to gallop right back. Okay. It looks like you might be traveling and that might be hard on you, or a lot of stress coming from someone at a distance from you, or yeah, good communication is coming in about the hard work that you've been doing, and it's aspecting some type of money. What is that? Oh no, don't give me the heartbreak card. Some type of money within a partnership. Don't focus on any sorrows or heartbreaks that you've already been going through. But you got a good partnership aspect in you to make some good money. A team partnership, and it's going to allow you to plan and move forward. Okay? Don't hold yourself in any denial or any self-imposed imprisonments. Because you can move forward. Your plans just require a little bit more grounding. You know, a little bit more grounding. Okay? And, okay, you might, if you're, it could be some type of drama or upheaval or chaos around you. Okay, for some of you. It could be some type of drama or upheaval or chaos around you because there is some type of ruthlessness or moodiness or negativity going on with you or somebody around you. It could be a Libra, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, Sun, Moon, or rising sign person around you who is forcing negativity on you. They're ruthless. Okay, and they don't care about the feelings of others. They only care about their own feelings. Okay, so be mindful of this person, but don't let them keep you in a state of fear or lack or anything like that. Just be mindful that that energies are around you. Let's see what the cards have to say about what you'll be experiencing. Open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or rebirth of a current one. Okay. The awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual epiphanies. Be assertive and don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. A windfall of money could come in. Your leadership skills are needed. An unexpected supporter of your cause could come about. A bright new future is manifested through hard work and creativity. You could find yourself partnering with others who share your dreams, and great progress is being made. Okay. Ask for help from others, though. Don't all work and no play will have you weighed down by too many responsibilities. And I can see that some of those angles or where there's friction, where there's squares, it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a fight or argument. It could be you working really hard in those areas. The resolution of difficulties will come about. A weight will be lifted off of your shoulders, and the end of an addiction or a codependency is going to end. It's going to bring lift some weight off of you. Let's get one message from the angels. Anything they feel that you need to know that I might have left out. Messages of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or rising sign people. Messages of truth and clarity. Childhood or children. Revisiting old dreams or plans. Embrace your inner child. The return to romance or people from your past. Aw, it could be romances from your past returning as well. Don't romanticize how things used to be if they are. That's important. That's what this card is saying. People come back from your past. Don't romanticize how things used to be. Be realistic as to what they used to be. Be truthful with yourself. God bless you. I'll see you on Thursday, Virgo. Bye now. Hello, kings and queens. Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, as well as broadcaster of astrology. Thank you for being here with me today, lending me your ears, your eyes, and your time. I know it is valuable. Therefore, I want to share valuable information with you that will help you to navigate the week's upcoming challenges. Take advantage of the opportunities and assistance aspecting you, and even be able to look forward to the blessings. This week, or this month actually, Mental Chatter Musings has the honor of spotlighting none other than the illustrious Nico Michelle. She is in an avenue of her own, her new dramedy that is coming out under Urban Books in June called Jilted is, oh my goodness, something for the books. You guys definitely check it out. I've already done the video synopsis that you can check out on my Facebook page at author E. Ray Taronic. If you guys love comedies, if you love romance, if you love a bit of drama, you're going to love Jilted. Throughout the month, we will be getting to know Nico Michelle better. She is an associate producer, author, and ghostwriter. I'll definitely be raffling off some of her other works, so stay tuned for that. In addition to that, Mercury moves into Aquarius today, making friends in social groups an avenue for resources and garnering money or boosting our worth, which makes perfect sense because I have accepted a moderator position in the group Morning Tea with the Social Stash. So if you check out Morning Tea with the Social Stash on Facebook, if you're looking for horoscopes, I am their resident astrologer, and I will be popping in from time to time to keep them updated on the horoscopes. If you love reading books, check out Robert's Reading Room and Reviews. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you like his videos and subscribe to the channel. If you're wondering if a book has been reviewed yet by Robert, go to his page and check it out and see what he says about it before you read it. In addition to that, Diverse Shelves at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays is a place where you can go and talk about upcoming books or books you just read. It's an open forum, so they're really interested in new releases. I love that group. It's a very harmonious atmosphere, so definitely don't hesitate to check it out on not Facebook, but on what is that other application we're always on, Clubhouse, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will also be a raffle this month for those who are reading and reviewing Deadliest Intuition. I love to reward my readers, so be looking out for the raffle that is coming up for Deadliest Intuition also. Be sure to read and review. It's the bookish thing to do. Let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. We've got a lot to talk about. Now that we've gotten that out the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the scopes. Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign people. E. Ray Taronic here with your horoscope for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Typically, I put the horoscopes for Sunday on my Facebook page at author E. Ray Taronic, only in written format, but we have two major transits going on today, so I want to talk to you about those. If you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you're going to feel these energies immediately. But if not, you'll feel it as, Mercury moves through Aquarius for these next 23 days. Okay? So this is what you're going to be going through during these next 23 days. And if you have placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you'll feel it now. This is where friends and social groups become avenues of generating cash and offering you opportunity. Just be careful with the cash because it spins very fast, especially on Sunday. Check your chart placements, for placements in Libra or Gemini, because that is where your blessings will come from. Okay, so you'll garner money and resources through career, work, health, daily routines, where you are of service to other people. If you have those placements between 0 and 3 degrees, you're feeling it now. If not, you'll feel it eventually when it comes across your nodes. In addition to that, the opportunities and assistance coming to you as far as communication and skills regarding money or resources. Your areas of Scorpio and Pisces are areas of opportunity and assistance. So check your placements for those areas. This is where friends and not friends. This is where, not Scorpio, it's Sagittarius and Aries are your areas of assistance and opportunity. Okay, I'm back on track. So with Sagittarius and Aries being your areas of assistance and opportunities, money will come in to heal home and family. Money will come in from home and family as well. Okay. In addition to that, you'll have money coming in behind the scenes that, and resources coming in from behind the scenes, secrets told to you where you can garner resources or money. You know, hey, you know, they're giving this out for free over here. Hey, you know, you can go down there and apply for this and they give you a free grant for that, stuff like that. Okay. Now, as far as the friction with money, that's just going to be you spending money on romantic partner, hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your children, accomplishing goals. You know, you're going to be putting a lot of energy into generating money in general, and you're going to be putting a lot of money out, paying for, you know, having fun and doing things with your family, your children, your significant other, and things like that, and your friends. Moving along, on Sunday as well, the new moon takes place in Capricorn at 12 degrees, mind you. So this is about, for you, self, ego, soul. You'll be receiving responsibilities, or you'll be garnering opportunities, and you'll be having responsibilities placed on you that will help you grow, that will make your image look sharper, enhance your ego. You know, but you got to choose wisely and don't allow yourself to be manipulated, and do not be manipulating to others as well. Now, for these next 2 weeks, you're going to garner opportunities through your areas of Scorpio and Pisces. It is Scorpio and Pisces this time. Friends, social groups, they will be communicating with you and helping you to accomplish your goals. Siblings, people in your networks of people will be helping you to accomplish your goals and expand your reach. Neighbors, neighborhoods will be assisting you as well. Okay, blessings will be coming into you directly because of what you think and preach, because of your education and skills. They'll be coming in at a distance from you. You'll also be traveling with lovers, children, or maybe even because of school or education. You know, maybe even you're picking kids up from college, or they're coming home. Maybe you're traveling with your lover and your children, and things like that. But these are blessings that are coming into you, and a lot of this looks like your idea, like you're saying, hey, let's go do this, hey, let's go do that. It's making you look better, sharpening your image, and your family's having a good time off of something you suggested. Okay, during these next two weeks. Now, the friction is just going to be in career and in home and family, and in Libra and Aries. I wouldn't worry about home and family because you have healing there. And with all the money you're spending and traveling you're doing with home and family, you're pretty much healing them. They should be fine. But your area of Libra, where career is, maybe you need to put a little more energy into career and what it is you're trying to work on or create. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And be mindful of choosing the right things in career and partnerships when they come about. Now, on the 3rd, on Monday, Jupiter and Pisces will square the true node in Gemini at 1 degree. So if you have placements in Pisces or Gemini between 0 to 4 degrees, this is an opportunity to work through challenges behind the scenes. Do what it takes. You have the energy to put in the effort to accomplish your goal. You got this, and this will be a great goal to accomplish, it looks like, because it looks like you've already been having some type of struggles in this area with communicating with people, maybe even at work, or communicating with people during your daily routines. Maybe it's even traveling back and forth to work, getting back and forth to work. Maybe it's got to do with your health. Maybe it has to do with, you communicating with a sibling, something there where there's been a challenge. You have an opportunity to work over or through those things, some type of lucky opportunity or some assistance coming your way to help you at work, or where you're of service to people, or communicating, or during travel, even short distance travel. Okay, even if it's around the neighborhood. Somebody could be helping you get your car together so you can get back to work, whatever it is. If you have placements between that 0 and 4 degrees, take advantage of that opportunity, put the work in. On that day, on the 13th in general, on the 3rd in general, with the sun in Capricorn at 13 degrees, it's a great day for books, for film. If you have placements between 10 and 16 degrees of Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Gemini, any of those sectors, I'd say this is great for you to garner some type of success in books and film and education and career and whatever you do to be of service to other people. Okay. Now, as far as this area of self where you're transforming, around 1 p.m., the moon is going to couple with Pluto. And your transformation is going to be on the mind, the transformation of self, ego, how you look to people, how you come off, your first impressions, what people think about you. You're going to be thinking about that. And your instincts in the area of work, health, daily routines, and where you are of service to others, where you're trying to make that transformation of self be more pronounced. Your instincts are going to be spot on. Either you're going to finagle somebody or finesse somebody into believing what you're saying, or working your way out of some sort of conflict at work. If you have placements between 23 and 29 degrees of that Capricorn or Gemini, you're going to be finessing the heck out of somebody. Okay. Your instincts will be spot on. Now on Tuesday, the sun is in Capricorn at 14 degrees, and it's where you might feel like going for it, really driven, getting what you have to get, overcoming some hurdles. If you have placements between 11 and I'd say even 18 degrees, this is definitely aspecting you in Capricorn or pretty much any other placements, because this is a day of give and take, push and pull, being flexible, working through challenges, working out of some restrictions, or through some responsibilities. Okay. The moon is going to square Uranus and Taurus at 10 degrees. So if you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees, there's some sort of clash with you and money. You're going to have to spend some money on a child, a lover, or out during, when you're out having fun out of nowhere, or a bill pops up where you got to pay some money for a lover, a child, or when you're out having fun, you might get into an argument with somebody about some money, a lover, a child, or someone within a creative sphere, or some resources. There's some friction there if you have placements between 7 and 13 degrees. So already be expecting it to be coming. Okay. It's going to shock you though. So it might surprise you anyway, who it's coming from. Now, 4 hours later, the moon in Aquarius is going to be coupled with Saturn in Aquarius. So the challenges that you've been feeling in money and in resources, the challenges you've been feeling trying to garner money and resources, that's going to be on your mind. Like, how can I make some damn money? How can I get out of this situation I'm in? How can I garner these resources I need? Okay, that's how you're going to be feeling around that time. If you have placements between 9 and 15 degrees of Aquarius. Probably Taurus too, actually. Maybe even Scorpio and Leo as well. Now, later on that evening, that's when you're going to have an opportunity to work through it. It's going to be from the time that shock comes where you have to come out and pay that bill, or you get into that argument over money or something like that. 10 hours later, you're going to have the opportunity to work through some type of challenge, but it's going to be behind the scenes. Something at home and family is going on, and you're going to be garnered some type of opportunity through home and family. But like I said, it's going to require you to sacrifice or put in some type of work behind the scenes. But don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of, okay? If you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Aquarius or Sagittarius, this is aspecting you. Now on Sunday, this is where the sun moves into toeing the line when it's at 15 degrees. If you have placements between 12 and 18 degrees of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Aries, I will watch out for myself, what I say, what I do, my kids, what they say, what they do. Because if you have children that are Capricorn, Aries, Libra, or Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this is aspecting them, and this is aspecting you if you have any placements in these areas where you could be being reckless, or you could be, going too far with something, pushing it too far. Toe the line, know what to say, what you can say and what you can't say, know what you can do and what you can't do, because you can see yourself pushing it or overdoing it if you have those placements between 12 and 18 degrees, especially of Aries, Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn. Okay, it directly aspects Gemini too. So you want to watch it if you have placements in Gemini between that 12 and 18 degrees, because you might do something at work or where you're of service to someone or say something that's you shouldn't do. Okay. Now, the moon in Aquarius at 28 degrees is going to square the nurturing that you've been putting into a romantic relationship, a creative partnership, or with something with a child. Okay, some money or resources, you're going to have to come out. Yeah, you're probably going to have to come out of some money and pay some money. Or maybe you're working really hard with them to earn that money back, but I don't think so. I think it's you having to pay out some money, or you get into an argument with somebody over some money or something like that. Or you having to, you're either paying out some money or arguing over some money or something like that, or some resources or something. It could be something as small as resources, like your kids took your tablet to school and broke it, and you need it to read your ebooks. It could be something like that, and you're like, man, damn, that's, one of my resources I needed to use, and you get into an argument with them. Don't fight about it. What's done is done. Figure out a way to figure out a way to compromise and resolve the issue. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. I just wanted to kind of give you some examples because it's going to have to do with some type of resource, okay, or some type of money. And it also has to do with either a child, a creative endeavor, or something within a creative sphere. You might even be hanging out and lose some money. So just be mindful. I don't think it's you losing money, though. I think it's more like an argument or a fight over money. Or you having to come out of some money or a disagreement or something. But it might be, it's about the past, though. It's got to do with something with the past. All right, maybe you, there's some type of immobility coming on because this hangman was upside down. And when it's upside down, that means you're causing your own immobility because of fights and conflicts. Maybe choose your battles wisely. Maybe you don't have that mindset of winning at all costs because either someone can't trust you or someone around you that you can't trust. And it's somebody that you've already been dealing with, somebody from the past. They don't have to be out of your life. It could be somebody that you've dealt with for, that you've been dealing with, because it's, all right, come on. All right, I'm going to get these cards out here, but something is going on. Maybe you think you can't trust somebody. Somebody stole something from you, get into conflicts with somebody. You submitting yourself at the top of a hill. Hopefully this is not somebody can't trust you. You need to be careful because you got your Eight of Swords is upside down. So that means that's some type of manipulation or trickery. No, it's not. That's self-blame. That's self-blame. You blaming yourself for something, or you putting some type of restriction upon yourself. Maybe you're blaming yourself for stuff that you did and you like, I'm not going to get my Nine of Cups. I'm not going to get my harmony, my... the Ten of Cups is everything. It's just happiness all around. But Nine of Cups is about comfort and wishes fulfilled. And if it's upside down, you're dissatisfied because you're not getting your wishes fulfilled. Maybe it's about greed, vanity, materialism. Maybe it's self-centeredness. But you're causing that immobility by being in that state. So you need to come up out of that state. Okay, you got justice in your favor and the world in your favor. So if you stick in there, okay, you stick in there, don't get too lost up in your thoughts, being quiet all around the house, lost up in your thoughts. The sun is coming in. The sun is in Capricorn. It's in your sign. So it's bringing in some goodness to you, okay? Maybe you should look at where the sun is in Capricorn in your sign, what angle it's at, what degree it's at, so you can see where your blessings are, really going to show up for you. You got that King of Cups card. Again, either you're dealing with a Capricorn, Pisces, or Scorpio, or you're up in your head. You're lost and distant in your thoughts a lot, and you need to gain some type of emotional balance, okay? If you get some type of communication coming in, some type of good communication coming in, giving you hope as to your creativity, or maybe a art project or something like that you're doing, make sure that you research everything they're telling you, because this person could be kind of flighty and gossipy and just saying stuff to just be saying it. They might not have all the facts. Yeah, you're going to have some shocks and surprises coming in home and family. So you need to attend to your deeper needs. Maybe some collapses in home and family because of you having to, not collapses, but you having to pay out money that you weren't expecting. Yeah, and it's putting your Nine of Pentacles upside down, and it's making you feel some type of way when you got to pay that money out. So you're going to go through some type of financial setbacks or money wars. Arguments about finances could be straining your relationships this week. So you just want to be very, very mindful of not getting into it with anybody about money or resources this week. Okay, let's see any extra messages from the angels, from the fairy oracle deck. They gave me one immediately. Children or childhood, return of people or romances from the past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light. So maybe something comes up and you're not remembering stuff how it was said. Maybe it's even a bill or something that you were supposed to pay before that pops up, and your kid is like, Mama, I told you that I was going to have that bill to come up, or I told you I had to pay for my stuff, or Dad, I told you I needed the money for the basketball camp. And you like, damn, I thought you said. You might be remembering stuff differently in a better or worse light. Maybe you're not remembering stuff how it was said, or maybe somebody's coming back into your life and you're not remembering things how they really occurred. You know, even if it's somebody already in your life, something is, you not seeing things how they really occurred. Okay, it's skewed a little bit. You can do anything though. Take advantage of your life, because you can manifest what you need to be successful. Just don't be deterred by the challenges along the way, because it's important to communicate clearly and accurately. You will get amazing new ideas and implement them. Okay, embrace your true purpose, begin a new adventure, and trust yourself. Now, let me see. I'm going to ask, oh, that's another one, okay? Trust your intuition. Careful reflection before taking action. Insights that come through meditation. You need to meditate. Walk away from dishonest associations as well. Realizing what you thought you wanted was the best choice, and what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness. Something that's going on is not worth the effort, okay? Now, let's see if the angels want to give us one message of peace, prosperity, and abundance, truth, and clarity as to what we might have missed, what's important for you to know, you know, for this week, particularly Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They gave me 2. Working too hard or multiple jobs. The need to bring balance and fun into your life. Juggling multiple priorities, balancing your budget. So you're going to be working on balancing your budget, balancing your priorities, working multiple jobs, work and play balance, work-life balance. You need to work on that this week. But you will be happy, emotional contentment, loving relationships with your children, raising your children wisely and successfully, and you'll be around people you can trust, okay? So no worries. God bless you, Capricorn. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next week. Or no, I'll see you on Thursday.